All right, hello. This is AJ Hege. I'm here with Trey Miller of
Hey.
Dim Little Econ Boys. How you doing today, brother?
I'm great, man. I'm a little exhausted from the weekend, the great festival we just had, but I'm feeling recharged in another way, you know.
Yeah, isn't that's right? The Dim Little Econ Love Fest.
Yeah, well,
That we're at right now.
yeah, this is a real special time. So, this is the festival that our band was born at.
Yeah.
The Little Econ Love Fest, and I'm lucky enough to be the host, and I also get to play with my brothers on stage.
Yeah.
here in this little slice of heaven called Maddox Ranch.
Yeah. From what I understand, you've been busy. You've been artist at large.
Yeah, wow, yeah, man, my God, and I mean, talk about a lineup playing with the Bath Salt Zombies, Flatland, Ajava, Post Pluto, Holy Miss Moly, Spore, and Endless Flow. Top it all off,
Yeah.
my God, Two Bob Crew. I mean, what a great couple days of playing. I feel blessed.
Yeah, that's quite a lot of talent that you brought out. So
I mean, it's all about channeling and getting in.
Mhm.
You just find the spot in the sound where you fit, and you can play with anybody.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I believe.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I just have a few questions. I kind of want to understand how you got your group together. So, how would you describe your musical style, influences, and those?
Well, I mean, at our core, the Dem Little Econ Boys is like a bluegrass band, and any traditionalists would be mad at that. They would say we're more Americana or folk, and that's just because bluegrass players are some of the best pickers in the whole world. We're still getting there, but our style is really based around two groups, Bear With Me and She the Slut, who it's kind of got this mixture of folk, punk rock, and traditional bluegrass.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, how did you guys get together with so many diverse genres?
Well, yeah. I mean, I really give a lot of the credit to I wouldn't call him our front man or anything, but one of our songwriters and singers. His name's Mario Corey, and he freaking when all of us were still, we weren't even players or anything. He had been writing his own songs and performing for years, and he started playing with me and Joey Seeley right whenever he and I picked up our instruments. Mario actually gave me my first harmonica, and so
Wow.
he brings this whole punk rock attitude to the thing, and then with our instrumentation, bluegrass comes naturally because we're playing acoustic guitar, banjos, harmonicas, what I play, so it's just a real natural fit to do that. And Mario brings this punk rock edge, and then Bear With Me's sound. That was a band that I played with in Pensacola that was started by Brian Bilbrey and Joey Seeley, that are both in the Econ Boys, and they do this like really folky version of bluegrass that's a little slowed down and is sometimes referred to as newgrass or folk Americana. And so it's playing with those guys, the style just kind of comes out naturally, and we'll be in our sets, getting in our solos and picking and having the bluegrass time, and then all of a sudden we'll start screaming in a kind of tastefully, like in a punk rock sort of way, and break it down with these songs that are built around traditional American folk styles.
Okay, a lot of folksiness, like take it, then a lot of Americana, that feel.
Well, yeah, I mean, we all like hanging out in the woods and playing the music that we can play right by the river. I mean, the Little Econ is a river in Orlando, and I first started as a musician playing with Mario on the banks of the Little Econ when he was when he was just playing as She the Slut.
All right. Would you say, as a group, do you bring any sort of specific messages through your music that you want to get across to your fans? And
well, yeah, yes. I think that the I'm being called.
They're celebrating, huh?
Yeah. Let them know, please, that we're in an interview. Freaking, yeah, Mario's our songwriter, and Joey Seeley and Ryan Bilbrey both write songs, and we just try to communicate, the experience of the common man, the idea that, you should put love forward first and kind of champion love and the lust for travel and wanderlust and just the whole experience of being a rambler. And then Mario writes these tunes that just touch on all the taboos of society. He's got one song called "Fuck You." The lyrics are literally fuck you, you're a slave to the system that spat you out. And it just kind of it tears apart modern society and says, hey, maybe you're not right. Maybe life's about more than just getting material possessions and going after a job. Maybe people are saving money to have experiences and things like and security, when really they could get that same security and that same experience with a big loving family and a work ethic to go out and do your own thing.
Mm-hmm. So about community, I sense. So there's a big
community. A lot of community, a lot of love, a lot of questioning of popular culture and just the idea that maybe there's so much more.
Yeah, more out there.
Yeah.
Okay. So describe what your biggest challenge might be as both as a musician and even as an event coordinator or someone that ran this event. What was the biggest challenge you faced that you want to share?
Well, I guess I could speak to a couple points. As an event coordinator, I have such a different perspective than some of my bandmates, and so I tend to get a little bit more serious, maybe is the word. I have this vision of what we could be or what we are, and that vision is never going to match 100% with reality, because you really should just appreciate the reality. But that's probably one of my biggest difficulties. And Mario, our songwriter fella, man, I mean, he really represents what he says in his way of life, and so that's almost like as a coordinator, that's really tough because he's such a free spirit, and I said before, that he writes songs called "Fuck You," and so
very to the point,
right? And I have to be very political sometimes, and so the crossing of that has been really hard, and we learn to deal with each other and grow, and it's been really beautiful doing that.
It's been a balance, a dance of duality.
And then on top of that, we're actually two bands coming together to be one band, and so half of our folks live in Pensacola, and so that's a real big challenge, is not having our people there.
Yeah.
I sure miss Joey and Ryan almost every day of my life.
Yeah.
Yeah, really. I mean, really.
Well, do you see yourself possibly touring in the future, traveling?
I mean, definitely. I tell the guys every time we get together that we just need to go on the road, and when all of our priorities line up, that's what'll happen.
When the time's right.
Yeah.
And kind of following that, where would you say the future of Florida's music scene is going, and from your perspective?
My gosh, it seems to me that Florida's where it's at right now. I mean, I've heard from people in California and people up north that, they want to come down to St. Pete in Central Florida and now blossoming this Orlando scene. It's we're becoming a mecca for good music, and I'm just honored to be a part of that in any way. I 3 years ago, I never saw myself here, doing what we're doing, and
that recently, okay.
I haven't been a player. I just started playing music 4 years ago. I mean, I just I practice every day and try to get better. And
well, yeah, you're definitely making an impact in this short few years. You have people cheering from you, as we just heard.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Cheering for your name.
That was wild.
But okay. Well, so just to wrap up, what do you have any advice for any other musicians, especially those groups just starting up in our scene? And
practice your scales. Okay. I think that if I had to give any advice to young bands, it's remember that it's about the love of the music. Take yourselves just seriously enough to get some gigs, and maybe do what establish what you want to do with your thing, and just embrace it. Just go into the life full fold, because the more you dedicate yourself to your music and to bettering yourself, the more people will respond, and the more opportunities will open up to you. It's like you you reach these heights and you think I couldn't possibly go any higher, and then once you're up there, you look around and you see, oh, there's so much more to go. And so, you know, just go, just do it, just play shows, just play with anybody that'll have you,
Just do it
and
all,
practice. You know, just embrace the life of a musician.
So you have
Don't
to have
be
a passion.
Don't be afraid. Yeah,
Passion's a strong part, I take it. So
yeah. I mean, if you don't have it, you won't make it.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So okay, my final question is: do you have any upcoming projects or festivals on the
Well, you know,
Short term?
every year we have Little Econ, which is where we were born, and we have Bamboo Jambu, and the guys and I have been talking about a tour. Hopefully, we'll announce that soon. We're going to be playing at the Great Outdoors Jam this July, July 4th weekend.
Okay.
For all you folks out there that can't make it to the Grateful Dead, we'll be playing down here in Central Florida at Maddox Ranch, and really giving it our heart. You know?
Returning to Maddox, this beautiful property.
This
I
is
can
heaven,
testify.
man. I love it here. I love it here.
Well, thank you so much, Trey. I really appreciate your time. I know you've been busy, so this interview is much appreciated.
Yeah, of course.
Thanks for sharing everything. And this is AJ Hege with News Source, interviewing Trey Miller. Thanks again, brother.
No problem. Thank you, man.
Thank you.